Let's take a look, though, right now at Gemini. On one side of the reading, we're going to start with the Tarot Illuminati. First, we've got the Five of Cups, the Princess of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Fool. Now, I think for someone, something just did not work out right for them. There is a potential for great success, but there's just something that someone, for me, seems to be emotionally stuck on. Because here we have emotional withdrawal. Then we have the Five of Cups, which is another card of disappointment. So we've got disappointment here, but it's more of a backing away from a situation. We've got the Five here, which has someone concentrating on the disappointment. Now, so you know that the Princess of Swords, she doesn't take any crap. I really don't see that she can be a little immature in some of the things that she does. She is an air sign, just like you. But this would be a young energy. If you're a more mature person, you're not probably going to be coming through as this princess. In that case, this is kind of questionable conversation. It can be angry talk. It can be harsh exchange of words around someone and their career path. So I feel like this disappointment that this person is facing in Gemini's situation, the disappointment that they're facing is really very much for me connected to their finances. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, which she is very much in control of her finances. And even with the Ten of Pentacles underneath it, it talks about money, but this is more about inheritance money. Money that you didn't really earn yourself. This can be a large sum of money coming in that stabilizes life. But this can also talk about, for me, this can talk seriously to student loans. This can talk about money being spent at a risk. That's why I see this is maybe taking out student loans, completing the education, and then not showing up on the day of the final exam. It's that kind of energy. It's that kind of disappointment. It's more disappointment, someone's disappointment in themselves because they didn't move forward with a plan. And they're stuck in this emotional place. And they don't really feel that they can move on, which is the immature way to think about this situation. When there's a logical solution to this, just follow the path of the Fool. One path takes the Fool one way, but another choice will take the Fool in a totally different direction. So you need to pick a different direction in order to get a different result for someone in this situation. Now, on the other side of the situation, and I want you to listen up close, whoever this reading is for, because this person is so isolated in their disappointment. They're so concentrated on their disappointment, but they're not realizing what's going on in their partner's life. And what we have is someone here so caught up in their own disappointment, their own direction, their own career, that they're not seeing that they're in a relationship where their partner is going outside of the relationship to find companionship. Pure and simple. Now, I recently did a reading for someone who is also a Gemini. Honey, listen, I know you're watching. This is your story. Your partner or you, one or the two of you, is so caught up in your own situation, your own emotional loss, your own emotional withdrawal, that you're not seeing the fact that a partner is rising early in the morning, and when they walk through their day, they're keeping many, many secrets. We have the sun, we have the moon, the 3 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, and the 9 of Cups. So basically we have someone who is taking advantage of a partner's weakened state, a partner's weakened disappointment over a personal failure. And they're going outside, frankly, of their relationship. They are part of this loss. In fact, in chief, this person is part of the loss that this partner is feeling. And right now, with the disappointment of failure that is on the side of someone in this relationship, a partner who is boldly betraying here and fulfilling their desires with the 9 of Cups. This is an overabundance. An overabundance of whatever it is. Is it, on one side, is it liquor, is it drugs? On the other end, is the betrayal here with the 7 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. The mysteries, the lies, the deceit being held. While someone is out, completing the cycles of their day, in the light of day. Are they receiving an abundance of love away from their home situation? Let me tell you, that person is actually feeling pretty proud of themselves. They're feeling pretty damn good that they're out there feeling victorious while someone is at home withdrawn and disappointed because their career path may be blocked. Their path may be ended. Their career path may be over. Now, in the past, we talk about what each person has brought to this situation. Now, on one end, we have the Prince of Swords. Again, it's another air energy, but it's immature. Sort of like this energy can be hasty and cruel. And not always of a kind nature. So one person in the situation is either experienced cruel behavior from a partner who is betraying, or they're not helping the situation with their immaturity and their negative talk, their negative thinking. On the other hand, the other person in this reading has drawn the Strength card. Now, on one hand, I can say that one partner in the situation, whoever sits on this side, whoever is either dishing out or experiencing the feeling of this betrayal, we've got great strength, and I can almost hope that this strength is within the person who has experienced the loss. Because this strength brings a rebirth into your life. It brings the death card into your life because that is in someone's future. The reincarnation of the spirit, the phoenix rising from the ashes, the death of the old, the birth of the new, something better coming your way. But it's carried in with strength, which is positive, especially if you are the person who has suffered the betrayal. On the other hand, if this energy is coming from someone who is a betrayer, they still have the upper hand, and they will, heaven forbid for whoever is feeling the loss, they will feel victorious. They will be triumphant over the situation. Even though they have lied, they have deceived, and they've possibly cheated. Now, on the other hand, we have someone who has suffered the loss in one way or another, the disappointment here that's come in. We now have success and abundance with the Nine of Pentacles. A person, usually in this situation, she is a female, but she stands strong and independent, and she knows her path, and her path is lined in gold. She can see the path in front of her. So maybe what this is saying is you had to experience the loss in order to experience the rebirth so that you could come to this place. The message here, stop looking at the loss, because an immature mind, an immature attitude, anger can get in your way of your achievement. Step out, take the risk. If you have to take that test, take that test. Whatever the situation is, you're marching forward in a positive direction here, especially with the Death card. Especially, you've got here the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So there is progression. There is real security available for you if you get past whatever it is, whatever roadblocks are in your way. And we're going to talk about the roadblocks in just a second. The Two of Wands crowns both of you in the situation. So know whoever it is in the situation, you and your partner, if you're cross-watching for a partner and this resonates, you pick a side. Okay? But the Two of Wands says pick a side. Go ahead. There is a choice to be made. A path that can be walked. It's something you want to do. Whoever it is that needs to come up out of the suffering and into a better place so you can come across here with the Ace of Swords, the clarity, the triumph, the victory, then you have to choose. You have to choose a direction. Because wallowing in failure and feeling the sorrow of defeat isn't going to get you here. Okay. Now, if I'm sounding a little harsh, I'm sorry. But wait till we get to the roadblocks. You'll see why next. I've got the Disgracia, the Tower, the La Nemica, the female enemy, and the Amalato, the sick person. So, maybe we've got someone in the situation who frankly is not well and cannot work, who is in a place of inability to work. And whatever failure they've had here, part of this inability to move, part of this inability to rise up out of that state of maybe depression, because Amalacto can be the kind of depression that sends you to bed for a period of time. You're your own worst enemy. Your negative thinking is the thing that needs to end here. Because whatever it is that is bringing this immature thinking into the situation, just know that that kind of defeatist attitude, that kind of fear isn't helping, and you will be your own worst enemy if you continue with that negative back talk, that negative internal back talk. That has to end, because there is a manifestation of something better if you can climb out of this next roadblock. we have a partner involved. This partner is also not a help, are they? We have the male enemy, the il nemico, the sospiri, and the messaggere. Well, I think you will possibly hear from this partner that they are kind of waiting for some negative attitudes, some negative internal dialogue to leave the situation. Maybe this person has decided to go outside of a marriage, of a union, of a situation, because of a degree of angry conversation and negative exchange, negative internal dialogue. Because someone here is depressed, and someone here is frankly just waiting for things to change, or they're heading out in another direction to get what they need. Now, the third roadblock in the situation is the doctor, the dottore, the gran consolazione, and the letterato. So, someone is going to be seeking out maybe a physician's help. If you are in such desperate depression, see a doctor. It's a consolation. It's a direction. It might help. Whoever you seek out may have great advice for you, so you don't end up, because I see this as pill bottles here, so you don't end up some sort of a pill junkie, addicted to depression medication, because I can really see this that way. So seek out professional help if you're dealing with serious depression. It's a roadblock. It's in your way. Change that cycle of depression, and it will change the direction of your situation if you want that to change. Now, guidance, emotional withdrawal, triumphant success, victory and success. I think with the two success cards here, right next to one another, there is a rising up out of the situation. Please be aware of it. Please embrace it.